was the strangest thing. I just had a man. I'm at the park and I'm getting ready to set up to go live, and this gentleman walks up to me and he says that he's ready to give up. He says he's a father. He just got his son. He just got his son. It's the first time in like the first time he had his son in years. He got a 12-year-old boy, and so he has this 12-year-old boy. And he's in a robotics program, and not only is he in this robotics program, but he's ready to give up. I didn't even. I'm still trying to gather myself right now because that was strange. That caught me off guard. I'm like, man, how do I help this man? How in the world do I possibly help this man? Like, I got a duck trying to be my friend. Duck's trying to run up on me and say, "What's up, man? How's it going?" I'm like, "What's up with you, duck?" I came to the park, and this gentleman, he said he was ready to give up. A father came up to me in the park. Well, I just wanted to look at some ducks. And this gentleman, he had on his uniform, and he told me he was ready to give up. And I was like, man, you can't give up like that. You can't give up, man. You can't. He asked me if I knew where he could get some words of encouragement from. I didn't know where he could get no words of encouragement from. I didn't have no clue. I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm dumbfounded. Hell, I said, what are you supposed to do when you don't think that you have the energy to go on no longer, right? What you supposed to do? How you supposed to do it? I don't know. I don't know what to tell that man. I didn't know what to tell that man. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I just came over here because I wanted to get some fresh air. The Houston Zoo is a big park. It's a big place. Waterfalls and all that stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I said, man, what am I supposed to tell this man when this man says that he needs some help? I started thinking about like the greater impact of our society. Like, ain't no help for men. Don't nobody care that no men are hurting. That man walked up to me while I was on the trail, and there's no help for men when men are hurting. It just doesn't exist. And so when this man asked me with his whole heart, he said, "Man, how you gonna help me? I don't know how to help you, man. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. I wish I could help that man. That man, he just needed like $4 to catch the bus." And I'm looking at him, and he has his uniform on, but I don't even know what to tell him. I'm looking around, and I see people at the park, and I didn't even know how to help him. That was the most frustrating part because I knew the gentleman needed help. I knew he wanted someone to talk to, and I didn't even know what to tell that man. I didn't even know what to tell him. I was confused because he was presentable. Everything about him looked good. He sounded good. He was talking good. He was kind of sweating a little bit. He was freshly shaved. And he said, "I just got custody of my son, my 12-year-old son, and I got 6 days left to finish this robotics program, and I ain't got no money to get back home. I ain't got no money to take care of my baby." He said, "Do you know where I can get some inspiration from?" And I just wanted to hug the brother. I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, "Man, how long you been in the program?" And the man told me he's been in the program for 2 years. 2 years he's been in this robotics program. And so you know what I did? I told him the truth. I told him the truth. I said, "Man, I'm a father separated from my children also. And it can be extremely difficult because the unfun fact is, man, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. The child's mother don't care. The children's mother don't care. They don't care. All they care is, what have you done for me lately?" That's the only thing anyone cares about is, what have you done for me lately? And so I know this man, he was looking for some help. He just wanted, like I told him, I asked him if he was a veteran. That was the first thing I asked him. I said, "Are you a veteran?" He said, "I'm not a veteran." Because I know if he went to the VA, the VA gonna help him out. They're gonna put him in touch with a social worker. They're gonna get him some help so he can finish his class. Can you imagine going to school for 2 years and all you need is 6 days to finish the program, and you can't finish the program because you don't have enough money to catch the bus? I'm listening to The Journey. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Will Smith, and Will Smith has his son. I think it's called The Pursuit of Happiness. And he sees all of his dreams in front of him, but it's hard for him to articulate his dreams because his woman don't understand, the place he work at don't understand, and his hustle. Shit, I'm just trying to figure it out. And so I'm listening. I mean, this man has his wonderful uniform on. It said, whatever the company was, it was robotics. It's like Valero Robotics. So he's working for an oil company, and as long as he finishes the program, he has a guaranteed job and one in a field that's continuing to grow. And this man ain't got enough money to get from Galveston to Houston. Damn, I've been there before. Like, if you don't know what it's like not to have enough money to ride the bus, man, it sucks. It's a terrible experience when you ain't got enough money to ride the bus to get to work. When you don't have enough money to ride the bus to get to your children. I'm looking at fathers, right? And I know there's so many fathers that are ready to give up. Statistically, the number one demographic of people who give up in America are fathers, right? They just they take their life because they don't even know how to continue on, because there ain't no help system, ain't no support system. When I try to talk to men, like, this is how men help each other. I say, man, I'm having a hard time. You know what men tell you? Just be a man. A man will tell you to just be a man when things are extremely difficult. And I'm like, hey, what does that mean? What does it mean to just be a man? Like, this man, he walked up to me and all he really needed was like $20. In this digital age, like, all of my money is on cards. He didn't have no tap to pay, so I couldn't use my phone to tap his phone and give him no bread. And I don't really have cash yet. And so, like, damn, I wanted to hug the man because the man was trying to get to his son, but he couldn't get to his son because his son is in Galveston. He got this far. And it's like, man, how do I do this? And there's so many men and so many fathers that are asking the question right now, hey, how do I do this? I go to work every single day. I don't have enough money to take care of myself, to buy myself no food. I pay my child support. I make sure I pay all my bills, but what about me? That's like the best question right now for any man in America is, what about me? I'm doing the best that I can, and don't nobody care. So I was just at the VA, right? And because I'm battling with the VA for disability. And it's kind of crazy because you tell them about what happened, they can look into my service record and they can see that everything that I said in my service record is true. And even though they know it's true, they can still deny your claim. And so I'm there and I'm talking to other vets, and these other vets, I heard a vet say that he had to tell these people, he had to lie. He had to lie and tell them that he was about to take his own, he about to terminate himself. And I was starting to think, I was like, why would any man say that I'm going to terminate myself and not tell the truth? And then when I was at the VA, I saw what the system was. I said, oh, wow, this is a crazy system. Like, if you're a homeless veteran in Houston, you can say, I'm homeless and I'm hungry, and they're gonna shrug their shoulders and say, and good luck, I'll pray for you. But now if you go to the VA and you're a veteran, this is a hack for any man, any person who's a veteran and you're having a real hard time in America right now. If you're a veteran, and if you go to the VA and you get a social worker and you tell them, you don't tell them that you're homeless and hungry. Nah, because they don't care that you're homeless and hungry. If you tell them that you're about to give up, if you tell a social worker, you tell a caseworker, if you go to any ER and you tell them that you're going to give up, not only are they going to give you food, they're going to give you shelter. Not only going to give you shelter, they're going to give you someone to talk to. And now, if you tell a person the honest truth, man, I'm homeless and I'm hungry, you get no home and you get no food. But if you tell them that it's possible that you might commit some type of harm to yourself or someone around you, then all of a sudden you get the attention that you need immediately. And that's a wild reality to exist in. It puts all this stuff in perspective, because this father, this morning at 6 o'clock, he came up to me and he told me that he was ready to give up. He told me he was ready to give up. I'm like, bro, you just got custody of your son. How are you ready to give up? He's had custody of his son for 2 weeks. This father, he's been in this robotics program for 2 years, and he's just trying to figure out how to continue to get to work every day, because he has 6 more days for him to finish the program and to become like a real robotics engineer. And he don't know how to get 6 more days. This man made it 2 years. He doesn't know how to get 6 more days. And I don't even know how to tell him how to get 6 more days. I know right now I'm at this park, right? And oh my goodness, I'm at Herman Park at the Houston Zoo. And I see so many homeless black men walking by me. It's a crazy ass dynamic. I see other ethnicities, white men, Mexican men, they're running. They're enjoying the park. They're running to and fro. They're enjoying their morning. No worries. But when I see these black men, they're carrying around all of their possessions. They have every bag, every shoe, everything they own in life, they have it on their person. Because they ain't got nowhere to go. The bench that I'm sitting on right now, when I came over here, a homeless man was sleeping on this bench. For real. A homeless man was sleeping on this bench. I'll tell you what, that man, that father who asked me for my assistance, he had just got up off one of these benches. Can you imagine? Like this whole row. If I could show you, man, this whole row was just benches after benches after benches. This whole park is just benches. And when you come here, uh, when you get over here before daylight, before the sun comes out, it's just men just laying out on these benches. If you got what's that stuff, the cooties, you know what I'm saying? If you got any type of phobia to germs, if you're a germaphobe, you might not want to sit on these benches because men sleep on these benches every day. Like men being homeless, men being helpless. It's a real epidemic in America. Like whenever you start having, because like right now I think in America we got at least 10 million men who don't have no job. They ain't got no money. Like Friday, they ain't got this to do. They ain't got nothing to do. So how do you help these people? What do you tell these people? What kind of good word do you give these folks, huh? They want you to take them to church. They want you to tell them anything nice. But what if the truth isn't nice? When I was at the VA, I was at the VA this weekend, right? And I was like I said, I was trying to work on my disability. And there was a 70-year-old man, Mr. Williams. He was one of the most funniest men that I ever met in my whole entire life. But old people, they just say whatever comes to their mind. They don't care. They just, whatever comes to their brain, they just say it. And Mr. Williams, he said, the truth will set you free. Mr. Williams said that continuously. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. Yeah, yeah. So when you tell a man the truth, that nobody care that you don't have enough money to ride the bus, nobody care that you don't have no place to stay, nobody care that you're homeless and hungry in America, nobody cares. It doesn't sound good, it doesn't feel good. And so like, how do you help men when nobody cares? Like I care, but I'm not in a position to change nothing. I'm like, bro, like I told him I was on the cool, I ain't gonna lie. I told him all I had was a sack. I was like, man, all I got is I got a half of some Doty in the car. Like, if you got some time, but if he's in a robotics program, then I know that they're gonna like piss test him so that he could be part of the company. And so this guy, he's in the robotics program. He's trying to take the edge off. He got his 12-year-old son. He's trying to get to and from Galveston because Galveston's the only place to get. And he asked me, he said, I'm ready to give up. My dad came to me this morning and told me that he was ready to give up. And I didn't know how to help him. I didn't have no words of encouragement because the only thing I wanted to do, I just wanted to tell him the truth. Hey, player, don't nobody care. Hey, suck it up. Hey, whatever you got to do to get $4, keep showing up. He said, the only thing I got left is my phone. I said, you better set up a GoFundMe or something. Like, we got the most powerful tools in the history of the world. I told this man, he asked me for some help. And I was like, bro, ask ChatGPT for some help. Ask Gemini for some help. That sounds messed up, don't it? Ask Gemini for some help. The human experience, the peer-to-peer experience ain't the most bestest experience. All you can do is the best you can. I told that father, all you can do is the best you can. You know how I know? Because I'm a father. I have 4 sons. I got a boy who just went to the military, and I got a baby who's a baby, man. Damn, 18 years apart. And the only thing that you can do is show up because kids don't know what it means to be like, I don't have it. Dad, I'm hungry. Yeah, they want to eat whether you got it or not. Your baby mama, she don't care. Your wife, she don't care how you feel or what you're thinking or how hard the situation is. It doesn't matter. You have to do it regardless. I know lots of dads want to give up, and I think every year something like 10, 15, 20,000 fathers say goodbye to the world because they ain't got no say over their own life. And I listen to like pundits, especially like female pundits, Whenever you make it so that men can't compete, then you start just getting terrible outcomes. You get terrible outcomes when the only way that you can be a free person is if you have the ability to say no. And I was talking to my brother, and I was trying to explain to my brother, like, everybody has free will right now. Everybody has free will except for heterosexual men, except for like heterosexual fathers. Like, if you're a man with children, you ain't got no free will. You have to behave in a way that everyone expects you to behave. That's your only option. Like, you don't have no other option. You have to do what society tells you to do, or else. And I know pride and ego, these things, they can contribute to it because, like, man, Betty Wright, I think Betty Wright has like the best gospel song ever. Say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man, and he, he's doing the best that he can. And then after she does her song, she comes back and she says, because the Lord is gonna bless me. As long as I show up and as long as I do the best that I can do, God is gonna bless me. But that father this morning, he didn't feel like God was gonna bless him. There are so many fathers right now who don't feel like God is gonna bless him. Like, everybody's looking for a blessing, but where's the blessing at? Where's the blessing for the father? You know, where's the WIC, women, infants, and children? This is a government program. Where's WIC for fathers? Where's TANF for fathers? Where's Medicaid, Medicare? Wherever the program is, where is the government assistance for fathers to be terrific fathers? You say, men don't need no government assistance. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I thought I lived in a society of equality. I thought men and women were equal. And if men and women are equal, then we need like the same access to social services. Like, there's so many women in America who are on welfare right now, right? You're on welfare, and then like, even if your baby daddy can only give you $35 a month, you get his $35 plus you get welfare and whatever other help that you can get. But when I say that a father also needs help, ain't no money coming the other direction to help me be of assistance to my own children. It's like these big broad shoulders, you just have to do it. There are no excuses, and like that's why we lose tens of thousands of men every year. Because there aren't no excuses. There are none. You suffer in silence. I think Henry David Thoreau says that most men live lives of quiet desperation, and they die with their song still in their heart, because they ain't never found nobody who cared to listen. Shit, they might not have had the ability to sing. Maybe their voice was ugly and terrible as shit. But even the most ugliest song is still a great song. The only thing that you can do is tell the story to the best of your ability. And when that man walked up to me and told me that he wanted to give up, like, damn, I was like, bro, I've been there before. I know what it's like to feel hopeless. I know what it feels like to be powerless. And in those moments, the only thing that you need is someone to tell you, just keep going. I know men don't like that, right? Because they say just be a man. You kind of need like a hard kick in the butt to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I listen to this digital creator, and he says you want to be 1% better every single day. But if we're not taking no inventory of who we are, if we ain't holding ourselves accountable, then it's extremely difficult to try to get 1% better every day. If I ain't got no baseline or no standard to what yesterday looked like, if I'm not keeping no inventory of how well I'm doing, I call it like total wellness, right? Being physically well, mentally well, emotionally well, spiritually well, like a combined to be a whole person, to do the best I can to succeed in this crazy ass world where no one cares whether I succeed or whether I fail. Then that's when you need men to be like, hey, it's okay, man, you can get through it. You can do it. Even if I ain't got the money to give you to get to the next place, I'm going to give you everything that I got, man. Words of encouragement, words of affirmation. God damn it. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't get too down on yourself. Just keep going. That's difficult. That's difficult because I know sometimes you get tired. I know it. And if you got a smartphone and you got social media, you be scrolling and scrolling, and you can fall in love with someone else's life, envy and jealousy. You can be held prisoner because comparison is the thief of joy. I'm comparing my life to someone else's life. Damn, they have this and they have that. I created this channel because I knew that so many people were suffering. I knew men were suffering, women were suffering, and wouldn't nobody acknowledge they suffering. No one cares that American people are suffering right now, because I know there's so many people doing like so well. And so when you got people doing really well and you got people doing terrible, the in between, like, It's easy to overlook the bad and hyper focus on the good. And I know that like when you're in the deep, dark pits of depression and anxiety and sadness, and you feel like the whole world is just whooping your butt and you don't know how to navigate this hard ass system, it's hard to be in the present place and say, it's okay, everything is okay. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm just gonna keep showing up every day. That man this morning, even though he told me that he was willing to give up, like I was so excited at the fact that he walked up to a stranger and said, man, life is whooping my butt so much that I want to give up. Like that took courage. And even though I didn't have the answers, I'm glad that I paused my life for a second to listen to him. I had things to do. I had things on my mind. I had things to do. Like sometimes the best that you can do, it ain't good. It ain't good. Sometimes my best isn't good. Sometimes the best that I got ain't good enough. And what does that mean? Shit, I did my best. That's called integrity. That's called character. That's called showing up. That's called like accountability. It's called, I don't want to say being an adult, because my age ain't got nothing to do with it. The only thing that I can do is not only try to show up for myself, but for the people that are around me, to do the best that I can, to be honest, to be fully transparent. Man, this is all I got right now. I'm going to give you everything that I got, and that's it. And that's it. And this gentleman, he approached me this morning. He told me he ain't had no more. I said, I ain't got no more. I mean, this last 2 years, I done gave everything that I got. And I'm still failing. But mindfulness, man, this man, he's about to complete a 2-year robotics program. And on the 6th day, he's ready to give up. And I'm like, man, you done came 2 years. You can't quit now. And so with the most kindest smile that I had on me, I smiled at the man and said, man, you're about to finish. You're about to do it. I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know where the blessing is going to come from. But when you walk in faith, that means like you just keep going until you collapse, until you fall out, until you ain't got no more. Like that's what faith looks like. In my personal opinion. I know like one of my favorite words in the King James Bible is long suffering. And long suffering is a synonym for perseverance. Perseverance means you just keep going, even though you don't have the strength to keep going. You just do it because you believe that this thing is bigger than me. And I think that like you are bigger than me. I think my ideas are bigger than me. And so once you have faith in something bigger than myself, once I have faith in God or people or my family or whatever it is, then all of a sudden like quitting is no longer an option. And it's easy to say that when you're not the one who wants to quit. But I ain't no liar. I wanted to give up before hell. I've tried to give up before hell. I've quit before. And then when I quit, I noticed that, damn, I just abandoned all the progress that I made. And if I want to get the progress back, I got to start from scratch. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to start from scratch. Hell. And so the only way that you don't have to start from scratch is if you don't quit. Just keep going. Even if it don't make no sense, even if people around you are telling you that you're not going to make it, even if you feel self-doubt and self-critical that you're not going to make it, you still got to just keep going. Why? Because you believe in yourself. You believe something big. You ain't come all this way for nothing. And if I talk to you about God and who God is, if you don't know who you are, then you ain't got no perception of who God is. If you don't have a relationship with your Creator, it's hard to be thankful for the life that you have. It's hard to be thankful for the air in your lungs. And I know for me, like, man, I've had some tough times, been some real dark moments. And I have to remind myself, hey, man, it's okay. We're going to get through this. It's important for us to get through this. And I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how hard your life is right now. Whatever the battle is that you're fighting, I want you to believe that you're going to get through it. Even if you don't have the answers, I want you to believe that you're going to get through it because it's possible. It's possible. I looked at that man, and that man was just a reflection of so many millions of men in America right now who don't even know how to navigate this thing, and all they can do is just do the best they can. To that man's 12-year-old son, I got a 12-year-old son. My baby's about to turn 13. I got a 13-year-old, 10-year-old, 1-year-old about to turn 2, and I got a 19-year-old. Man, I got 4 children. And I know that, like, my children don't care how tired daddy is. My children don't care how hard life is. My children just need their father to show up. And for every father who's thinking about giving up, I'm just want to encourage you, like, please don't. Like, please don't give up. Like, please don't walk away. I know the system isn't fair. I know the child support system isn't fair. I know the family court system isn't fair. I know, like, but fair is a place where they judge pigs. And the only thing that you can do in your actual physical reality is to just show up and do the best that you can. Like, everything is about negotiation. And so you got to negotiate. You got to have something to negotiate with. And so, like, you got to have some character. You got to have some integrity. Like, if you don't have no money, then you have to be of service. Hey, baby mama, I ain't got no money, but, like, I can watch the kids on these days, and maybe, you know, I don't know what the answers are. And millions of men don't know what the answers are, and millions of women, they don't give a damn what the answers are, and the government don't give a damn what the answers are. And so, like, someone has to care. And I care. I care enough to even think about trying to fix the problem. How do you fix it? By trying to fix me. By trying to do the work by every day, like waking up and saying, to live gratitude is to touch heaven, because I'm so thankful for the air in my lungs, because I'm so thankful for my children, I'm so thankful for the mothers of my children, I'm so thankful for the creator of everything, and that gives me the ability to, like, keep going, even when it's really hard. It gives me the ability to persevere. It gives me a reference point of accountability. We don't say it enough, you know, like, I want to, like, hug me and be like, hey, it's okay, baby, we gonna do it. You can't talk to no man like that. You gotta talk to a man in an honest and sincere way. Hey, nobody cares that the life is hard. No one cares about your problems. The only thing that you got to do is, like, work as hard as you possibly can to accomplish the goal. You got to do the job for as long as you can until you get your desired results, and that's it. Nothing else matters. No one gives a shit about no excuses. No one gives a shit about your feelings hurt. No one cares about how sad you are, how depressed you are. No one cares. No one cares. The only time they do care is if you better be an authentic storyteller. You better be able to tell your worst story to the best of your ability to try to get some sympathy. But what man wants sympathy? You don't want no sympathy. You just want an opportunity to live your life without someone impeding on who you are and what you believe. I understand this. I understand this. How do you achieve that? Hell, shit, what does freedom look like? I'll be asking myself that question all the time. What does freedom look like in America? If you don't have the ability to say no, you're not a free person. That goes for taxes. Taxation without representation means you ain't no free person. I got elected representatives that they don't even have to, like, represent me. All they got to do is appeal to lobbyists and the powerful people. They don't never have to think about me or my family or my children. They don't never. That white dude who sang that song, Oliver Anthony, the Richmond, up in Richmond. Like, there is a song in America right now that is about working class people, working class men, working class women, like, working together so that we can have a more powerful nation, so we have a more powerful society. But if we ain't incentivized to work together, we ain't going to, right? Like, if you take away a man's power, everyone's power is their labor, is what I can add, the value that I add to society. So me going to work is my value added to this nation. And so when you say, look, I'm gonna bypass you, I'm gonna go straight into your pockets, I'm gonna take your money without ever asking you about your money, then I can't negotiate with nobody. Once you take away my physical money, I can't negotiate. All my baby mama gotta do, she ain't gotta talk to me, she just go straight to the court. She go to the court and say, man, that he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. And as soon as she say that he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that, then she wins. And I lose. I don't want men to feel like no losers. I don't want you to feel like no loser. You ain't no loser. You better have a good ass idea on how to fight back against an oppressive system. You better have a wonderful ass idea on how you stand up against the nation and a group of ideas that are taking away your freedom. Hell, man, when I think about America, right? Those people who came across that water, who got on those boats because they were fleeing religious persecution, economic persecution, they were willing to lose their life for what they believe in. And I think, like, that's the most important thing right now, is you to ask yourself the question, like, what am I willing to sacrifice to get the things that I want? What am I willing to negotiate to achieve the life that I want? And if I ain't willing to give nothing up, if I ain't willing to go to war for the things that I believe, then I'm a liar, I don't care, and I don't deserve nothing, because I'm not willing to do anything to get the things that I believe that I deserve. But for so many millions of people, until we make a decision to tell the truth, We ain't gonna be free. Because only the truth will set you free. The greatest American alive.